Good evening, brothers and sisters in Christ. I'm here to make my second video. What are we going to talk about today? Well, today we're going to talk about two things. The church, the Catholic Church to be specific, and conservatism. Why I am conservative and why I will continue to be conservative. Alright, let's start with the church. I follow the church for two main reasons. One, sticking to tradition. Tradition and culture are preserved through the church throughout history with a little variance here and there. Great Schism, Reformation, a couple other things. But more often than not, the liturgical mass has remained the same over the past 1700 years. I won't say exactly 2000, but you know what I mean. Now, the second reason I'm a big follower of the church is because of its doctrine. The Catholic Church is a very, very rich doctrine, which is established in the Catechism of the Catholic Church, the CCC for short. The reason I enjoy it is because it answers an array of topics that range anywhere from war and killing to exorcism and expelling demons, and pretty much everywhere in between. Now, the reason I think this is important is because I believe in the Bible. But the issue is that the Bible is not straightforward all the time. So, I enjoy the Catechism and the Roman Catholic doctrine for clarifying on issues through much theological study and things of that nature to answer the questions that the Bible either doesn't or can't directly. Now, let's jump into the political side, the conservatism. Why am I conservative? The big reason why I would say I'm conservative is because I'm a big believer in hard work. I believe that anybody can pave their way to their own victory here in the United States. Now, I know it's not the same everywhere else in the world, but if you are willing to work hard and you are willing to put up with whatever life will throw at you, and you are willing to keep on persevering, if that's a word, then you will find yourself in a better standpoint than your father was, or your grandfather, or even your great-great-grandfather, so on and so forth. And you can find yourself moving up and down social classes. This rising and falling between the social ladder is what makes America awesome. We have the ability to be born dirt poor and to rise to the occasion and to come up with ideas and inventions and just so many other things, and you could become a billionaire, a multimillionaire, or just anything, as long as you're willing to work for it. Another reason I'm a big part of conservative culture in the aspect, I would say I'm conservative both economically and socially. Socially, mainly for preservation of tradition and culture. Economically, kind of for both reasons. My main view of the government, to quote Ben Shapiro, the government is a giant shooting people machine. They charge you for things through taxes, and if you don't pay the taxes, you'll get arrested. If you resist arrest, you get shot. Pretty much. That's how it goes. Now, the key thing I ask myself whenever I consider an idea for taxation or anything like that nature, I ask myself, is it worth shooting people over? And more often than not, the answer to that is no. Things like the military, sure, because hypothetically, if we don't have the military, we don't exist. Those things I can get behind. But whenever you start moving into these really fringe ideas like socialized healthcare, and like reparations to great grandchildren of slaves that most of us didn't even have anything to do with. I mean, I can attest personally, my family came over to the United States in the 1890s, nothing to do with slavery, no involvement in this ideological game that the left is trying to play. Another big reason for being conservative would probably be the attachment that it has to my ideals, what I believe should be the case for the world, that the best and the brightest should be rewarded, and those that do not work or refuse to work or perform poorly, they just won't get their piece of the pie. And I mean, sometimes you have those outlying situations in the case where we have somebody that just is disadvantaged by the system through a disability that they've had, or that they've just been born with. Now, the way around that is the welfare state. In capitalism, you take the excess profits and you set them aside for the subsidiaries of these people, and you have a morally sound system where those that will work will rise, and those that don't, and those that want to but cannot are taken care of. Now, I will not say that this is a perfect system in the United States at the moment, as it is not, because we have a very corporatist-based society where large monopolies are in cahoots with the government. And yeah, that's pretty much what is going on with as far as legislating policies and so many other things that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. That's really all I have for today. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, give it a like. Subscribe if you want anything like it in the future. And be sure to leave a comment. I'll be reading them. And leave a question. Something that might be able to, I might be able to answer on a moral or physical standpoint. If you have any training questions, drop me an email, which will be in the description box below. And maybe if I get enough traffic and more questions, I'll do a Q&A probably once a week. But until then, I'm just going to upload videos as the topics come to mind. But I hope to hear from you guys, and I hope to see you soon. Have a good night.